I'm Gene Liu, and I'm an otolaryngologist, head and neck surgeon, or ear, nose, and throat doctor here in Los Angeles. And today I wanted to talk briefly about how to use eardrops. There are a lot of different types of drops that someone may use in their ear canal, but the way that we get the drops in are all the same. When we're using eardrops, we want to make sure that it goes down the ear canal to the eardrum. Because a lot of ear canals are very thin and narrow and twisty, it's going to take a little bit of manipulation to get the drops all the way in. We generally want to either tilt our head or be lying down, and when we put in the drops, you need to wiggle the outer part of the ear and also pump that little triangular guy called the tragus. That forces the liquid all the way down the ear canal. In the perfect world, we almost always want to maintain that side position for a few minutes to let the drops do their work. Eventually you can get up, and if you need to do the other side, you repeat. If you don't wiggle the ear or pump the tragus, the drops don't get in nearly as well. If you're putting in the drops and wiggling the ear and pumping the tragus and the drops aren't going in, it might be because there's a bunch of wax or the skin's peeling off or the infection's filling the ear with goo. If that's the case, then you might need to see an ear, nose, and throat doctor to get the ear cleaned out or suctioned so that the medicine can even get in. Most of the time eardrops shouldn't hurt, but if the ear is a little bit inflamed or if there's a scratch or scrape or if there's an ear tube and the drops can get in further, it sometimes can be a little bit uncomfortable. If the eardrops hurt, sometimes there are good alternatives or other options that you can switch to, and other times you just have to tough it out, but that's a discussion with your doctor. If you have ear tubes or if you possibly have a hole in the eardrum, there's going to be a lot of drops that you're not supposed to use. There are only a few types of drops that we want going in that far. So if you have concerns of a possible hole in the eardrum or if you have ear tubes, make sure that you don't just grab any over-the-counter eardrop and start putting it in. Check with your doctor first. Definitely in little kids, getting drops in can be a bit of an adventure. It can be hard to get them to hold still or lie down. Their ear canals are smaller or more narrow, so it's harder to physically get the drops in the first place. They might act up a little bit or revolt or squirm because they don't like that feeling of wetness. And if they're already having an ear infection and the ear is uncomfortable, they just don't want anybody touching it. Do what you can. I hope this helped explain a little bit better about how to use eardrops. If you have any additional questions, please leave it in the comments below.